I did a good job even if I did cook it. Hey, it's the Preacher, and we're in the kitchen today, and we're going to do some cooking. I got this big 14-inch cast iron skillet. I found out my mother gave me this. I thought it was her old cast iron skillet, but when her Uncle Joe died, they let all the kids come over and kind of pick through any of the stuff they wanted, and he had this big old cast iron skillet that was his camping skillet out in the garage or the carport, and nobody wanted it, so my mom took it home. It was just too big for her to ever use. But my Uncle Joe was born in the 1890s, and I don't think the skillet's that old, but he was an old timer, and I've got something of his now. So I call this old skillet, this big skillet, number 12. I call it Uncle Joe. Now, we're going to make some fried rice in it today. And instead of chicken or beef or Chinese sausage, we're going to use deer meat because it's brown, it's down. Alright, let me show you what we got. Here's the star of our show. This is some deer meat. This is just deer steak that I cut out of the ham, one big long muscle, and I cut it up into strips, as you can see there. Just long, skinny strips. And that way, that will mix into that rice really well. The rice, I made this rice 2 days ago and put it in the fridge. Fried rice fries better if you cook it in advance and then stick it in the fridge. I've got a can of Green Giant whole kernel sweet corn. Frozen corn would be even better. For veggies, I've got some broccoli. This is some green onion, and this is some red bell pepper. Also in the marinade here, I added some garlic, a little bit of paprika, and some other onions in there, and I've had that marinating for about an hour. I'm going to be frying it in avocado oil, and for seasoning, I've been using this Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. It's kind of like a soy sauce, but it tastes different. And then, of course, just some regular old store brand soy sauce. Some chicken berries right out the backyard. Anyways, I'll set you guys up and point you toward the skillet. We're going to brown that meat first. When we get it browned, we'll cook the vegetables with it. We'll push that over to the side. We'll crack the eggs in there. We'll scramble those eggs and get them cooked. And then we'll add our rice, give it a stir, add some of our seasoning. We get it about right. We'll serve it up, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Deer meat fried rice. I've got one piece of a red bell pepper there in the middle. When that starts sizzling, I know that the oil's getting hot. I'm going to go ahead and put in the red bell pepper first because I don't like crunchy bell pepper. Now for the meat. I'm going to try to get all the meat in at once. Okay, a little trick to browning meat without overcooking it. When meat starts to cook, it gives off a lot of moisture. I just went over and poured all the moisture off. I know I poured off some of my oil with it, but I got a lot of the moisture. As long as there's liquid coming out of that meat, and all meat produces a lot of liquid, as long as that liquid's there, you're just steaming. But once you get the steam away, once you get the liquid off and you're down to just meat and oil, then you can start browning. There. A lot of the moisture's gone. Added a little more oil. Now it's time to add the broccoli. Broccoli will be the next quickest thing to cook. When this broccoli gets a little wilted down, we'll push everything to the side and add our eggs. That's looking good. Let's push everything over and add our eggs. If you want to add salt, you'd add it now. Instead, I'm going to add a little soy sauce. Here comes the steam. Okay, now that we've got an open spot right here, let's throw in some green onions. put them on bottom. Let's throw in a little corn. Frozen corn be better. Let's just drop our rice right on top. I've got a little extra rice if I need it. Let's see how this cooks up. That tastes good. I'm going to call it good. Alright, let's have a little taste of it. That's good. Let me get a little piece of deer meat. Tender, nice Asian flavor. Easy to chew, not tough. The rice is good. Good, just a good, I did a good job even if I did cook it. Alright, I'm not going to sit here and smack in front of you. This is really good. You don't have to use deer meat. You could use chicken. You could use beef. You could use goat, lamb, pork, whatever you wanted. Sausage. Doesn't matter. Same techniques apply. I used about 3/4 of that can of corn. That's probably about right. So whatever you have. If you have green beans, use them. You know, if you have something else, peas or something, this is what I had, and this is good. Yeah. I'm going to turn y'all off. That way you don't judge me for how much I eat. Alright, thanks for watching. Try it in yourself. If you've ever made fried rice or you make it regularly, I did something wrong, didn't do it the way you did it, leave a comment down below. Let me know what I did wrong. Otherwise, I'm going to keep eating this and thinking that there's nothing better out there.